plans are important. Plans are important. You guys know that we talk about, management information systems. We talk about going to college and getting your degree and different STEM degrees and so forth. And we also talking about working and climbing a ladder in corporate America, right? Ladder climbing. But the biggest thing is you got to have a plan in order for you to be able to execute. Failure to have a plan, that means you're more than likely going to fail. The first subject that we're going to be talking about today is why millennials are leaving their six-figure jobs. We talk about tech all the time over here, guys. We talk about tech all the time. And I'm encouraging management information systems, computer science, and all this other stuff. Well, what ends up happening is you can go to college and major in these majors, right? That's completely fine. But you're going to have to get into the corporate world one day. And the corporate world is good. And you can get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in this world. But what is your plan when you are in this world? Just like I talk about your plan and going to college and making sure you're sticking to a focus and so forth, you got to have a plan inside corporate America as well too, guys. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share with you a video of why some folks are leaving six-figure jobs. And these are jobs that you guys will kill for. We all will kill for some of these jobs. We will kill for some of these positions. And these are high paid positions. So we are going to break down this video. This is a CNBC Make It video of why millennials are quitting their six-figure jobs. And then from there, we're going to talk about the mistakes that people are making, because a lot of people are hearing all this, the great resignation, I'm going to quit my job too. Well, a lot of you don't have money to be able to quit. A lot of you don't have a plan. And if you're going to think about quitting, you should have a plan. And we're going to talk about that today as well. You should certainly have a plan. And life is hard, right? I haven't met anybody in my entire life that says that they love working for corporate America or working with somebody. Yes, we all do it because it's a means to an end, or it's a way that we can fund our lifestyle and so forth. And I talk to CEOs, right? They do it for a certain amount of time and then they get out of it, right? And hopefully they make enough money to where they can be in a position in their life where they don't have to work ever again, or they can choose what type of work that they want to do. Same thing for anybody else who don't even get to that level and don't want to get to that level. You have to figure out a plan and what is it that you're doing it for. You have to figure out what is it that you're doing it for. What is your ultimate goal? Because early on in your career, especially, you're going to face some very challenging times trying to climb the ladder, trying to get to a six-figure salary, being worked to death. It all happens. I've experienced it myself and still sometimes do. But now I have a better thought process and I can actually have little outlets that stop me from feeling these burnouts because I have other things and other passions that I'm working on. Black Heights, coaching, YouTube, right? Real estate. All these other avenues that I have are multiple streams of income for me, but also at the same time, it's a way for me to alleviate me just focusing on my corporate role. So let's get over here and talk about this, guys.
To most workers in the U.S., the perks given to those who work in tech are astounding. $2,000 to spend on a vacation anywhere in the world. $2,500 per year for student loans. $4,000 in baby cash for new parents. That on top of lavish offices decked out with in-house massage parlors, gyms, and cafeterias serving free restaurant-quality food. During the pandemic, in-office perks were replaced by money to furnish home offices, mental health days, and the freedom to work from home forever. In an industry fraught with competition for the brightest minds, perks have become a way to not only attract, but also retain top talent.
The benefits and perks package alone, I would say probably was at least 40 or 50K.
This on top of salaries that are multiple times higher than those of other industries. In 2019, the average tech salary in the U.S.
Look at that, guys. Look at the average tech salary for folks in the U.S. Austin, 137. San Francisco, 155. Seattle, 142. New York, 143. These are high salaries, guys.
This was $146,000. That's almost 3 times the median salary of public school workers, who made up the largest industry of workers in the country in 2021. But even those swanky office spaces, six-figure salaries, and unlimited time off are not enough to keep some millennials from leaving their tech jobs.
I expected kind of this perfect work environment, but it was ultimately still a big company with a lot of those same corporate problems that you get in a large company.
Some of them are soft, guys. Some of them are soft. Some of them can't take it. Some of them want the easy road. Some of them haven't been built to take these sort of challenges ahead. These are the same type of people that, they get on YouTube and start a channel and quit after 3 months, right? Or quit after a month. These are the same people that just aren't in it for the long haul, but they end up wanting the same thing that the long haul people end up getting. Okay? Have a plan. It's about the long haul. Typically early on within your career, you're going to have some of the biggest challenges that you're going to face, but that comes with the territory. It becomes easier once you get over those first couple years and become a subject matter expert in a space, right? And then you can continue to climb the ladder at that point in time. It's going to get easier because you're not going to have to do the bird work. Being on the road for 268 days out of my life, I could only do that as a person who didn't have a family. Just imagine if I had to do that with a family today. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do that. I would be an absent husband. I would be an absent father. And there's people that are on the road that much now. So get it done early within your career so you don't have to worry about that later.
Free team building trips to Hawaii and private concerts aside, the tech industry can be stressful.
I'm curious, was there a moment for you when you started noticing that like some of the perks kind of start losing their luster?
A lot of these companies have unlimited paid time off, which sounds amazing, right? But what happens in practice is a lot of people take less than you would otherwise. They serve dinner every day, but they serve it really late. So if you want the dinner, you got to stay at the office, So it's things like that where it's a good perk, right? But there's something about it that's like, it makes you work more.
So studies have shown, and a lot of companies have adopted this. This is one thing that I would say to you all, guys. Unlimited time off. Yes, companies have it, but the majority of people don't leverage it at all. I can take off any point in time in my career or any of my day. That's a cool thing about sales. It's very, very flexible. But I don't think I ever take a day off. There's always something to do. Now, I do have a lot of flexibility to go out there and be on a boat or something like that during my day. And I may have 1 or 2 calls or I have to answer a few emails. But there's really no days off, especially if you're in a high earning position, especially something like sales. There's no days off. What I would also tell you is this, is early on in your career, you haven't earned the right to take unlimited days off. Taking days off are for the people who have shown that they are very good at what they can do. And even them, it's very difficult for them to take some time off. So what I'm going to be explaining to you all today is when you're working, especially climbing up the ladder, get to a point where you can take those days off. Not unlimited, anything like that, but schedule your time off and don't feel bad about doing it because you're going to need to resharpen your saw. We all get to that point. At one point in time in my career, I told you guys I was on the road for 260 something days. I was this person that was really getting ready to burn out, or I was burnt out, constantly grinding those days as an engineer, right? These are the stories that a lot of people don't tell you guys. I say it every once in a while, but I don't go into the details of it, of what it takes in order for you to get to making X amount of dollars in your career. It takes hard work. And the majority of people that I was going up with that came in the same class as myself as a software engineer, they quit. They quit like these people. They get to a point where they're making money and they're having to do more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Companies asking for you to do more. You are in a position to do more because you're starting to gain that knowledge and so forth. So they're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing. They're going to keep asking. You're going to keep asking. You're going to have to figure out a good plan for you to take time off. And let me give you some advice. What I did to recharge was take the month of December off. I worked and I made it very clear to my bosses, guys, in the month of December, I am taking off the majority of the entire month. And basically what I did in the month of December was play video games. I played Madden. That's what I did. My wife, she would wake up and she would go to work, and I would seriously be sitting in the living room playing Madden all day, getting my workouts in, but I did what I wanted to do at that point in time. I wasn't as creative as I am now to say, okay, well, I should have been probably working on a side business at that point in time. But I did what I wanted to do. I played Madden. I listened to music. I didn't check my laptop. I actually turned it in. I left it at the office to make sure that I wasn't going to get any phone calls. So you want to make sure you structure your time so that you don't experience this burnout. And you have to really communicate what it is that you need in order for you to take care of yourself in corporate America, guys. You have to do that. A lot of people are afraid to speak up and say, hey, you know what? I need to take a day off here and there. I need to take Fridays off for the rest of the month. You can only do that, though, guys, if you are a good employee. If you are somebody who is very talented at what you do. So you have to work your way up there.